KwaZulu-Natal begins its COVID-19 vaccine rollout today. The Premier, Sihle Zikalala, and the Health MEC Nomagugu Simelane-Zulu are at the Prince Mshiyeni Memorial Hospital in uMlazi, where they've been overseeing the inoculations. My colleague, eNCA reporter Mawande Kesa, is there as well. Mawande, good morning, and I see there's some activity behind you there already taking place. What's the latest you can tell us there about the start of the COVID-19 vaccine rollout in KZN?
Good morning, Braden. Well, the vaccines arrived about 45 minutes earlier, if I'm not mistaken, and they were heavily guarded by police. They arrived in quite a large container, which was accompanied by a normal cooler box, and they went into the vaccination center, which is right behind me, where they then proceeded to administer the first dose, and that went to one of the doctors here who was the first. Before she got that vaccine, there is an application process. There's a form that you fill out with all your particulars, and following that, that is when you're then able to receive your shot or that jab of the vaccine. There's quite a hype of activity. There was a lot of excitement while others were nervous, but this is seen as a step towards the right direction. We were able to get word from the Premier, and this is what he had to say.
It's an important step on our journey to defeat and eventually conquer this silent and invisible killer, which caused so many devastation amongst our communities. On that fateful day of the 5th of March 2020, when the news broke that KwaZulu-Natal had registered the country's first COVID-19 case, we took the battle, and in the battle we lost some, and our mantra remained, siyayinqoba i-COVID-19, we conquer COVID-19. Today, with the arrival of the vaccine, we have finally embarked on the important journey to reclaim back our life and build our province and communities. The vaccination rollout heralded the glimmer of hope, a lighter at the end of the tunnel that made the life of our people and patients will at least be saved.
Just want to ask you this next question, Mawande, before we let you go. We saw David Makura, the Premier of Gauteng, yesterday at the Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital, and Heidi Jokos just reminding us that he said he's just in line like everybody else, because some people were speculating that some leaders might want to, so to speak, jump the queue. What do we expect Mr. Zikalala to do as the doses have now arrived in KZN? Do we know whether or not he'll get a jab today?
He did not get a jab today. From my understanding and the discussions that have been taking place, is that the doses that have arrived, which are about 10,800, are divided amongst Prince Mshiyeni Hospital as well as Albert Lutuli Hospital, and those are for the healthcare workers, between the nurses, the administrative staff, the doctors, and so forth. And that is what, those are the parties to which those doses are going to go for. Today, the Premier did not get a jab, and neither did the MEC Nomagugu Simelane-Zulu.
Okay, thank you very much for that. That's Mawande Kesa there at the Prince Mshiyeni Hospital in uMlazi, eThekwini, as the first batch of the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine has landed in KwaZulu-Natal.